Hello friends, welcome to another edition of Chickster's channel. You can see behind me here, the weather is quite nice today. Summer of 2013 is winding down. Got some good weather coming up in the Northeast over here as September comes in. And this kind of weather inspires us all to take nice little road trips somewhere to places like this. You know, it's always good to get in a car, just take a long weekend and take advantage of all the stuff that you have within driving distance around you. What I want to talk about today, though, is one of those little dangers in taking these road trips. And that's know your rights when you travel and use your rights when you travel. People who know me have heard me talk about my pontification on Fourth Amendment rights, First Amendment rights, and just being able to exercise your rights. I have a story from two close friends, nicest people you ever want to meet, mid-40s couple. They decided to take a trip down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. When they got into Virginia, they took Highway 301 to take the scenic route, and they were stopped by a Virginia State Trooper. Now, unbeknownst to John, who was driving, I'll call these people John and Jane to protect their identity. Jane had a little bit of an anxiety about staying in hotels on high floors. They were on the 11th floor at the hotel. So she borrowed 5 Valium tablets from her sister. She put them in a baby aspirin bottle, in her cosmetic bag, in her luggage. No big deal, right? I mean, who hasn't done this? Anyway, long story short, the trooper pulled John over for not maintaining a lane. He really pulled him over because he had New Jersey license plates and he was in Virginia. All the documents were cleared, the checks were done, and the police came back. By this time, there was another police officer there, one of the local town police. So as the trooper is giving John his paperwork back, he's explaining to him that the drug movers have gone off the interstates and now 301 has become a drug corridor and all of this stuff. And John says, oh, no, we understand. And the trooper says, well, yeah. He says, I'm sure you don't have anything in your car. John said, no, of course not. He said, well, you wouldn't mind if I look around? And he goes, and then you just be on your way. So John says, sure. Well, they're asked to both exit the car, which they do, cooperative souls that they are, and they go, go back to the other police officer's car, and they stand there while the trooper searches their driver compartment, passenger compartment. Then Jane sees the trunk open, and the trooper comes around and starts to look in the trunk, and then starts to look in the luggage in said trunk. Well, he found her aspirin bottle with 5 Valium tablets. And he approached John and Jane and said, who belongs to these? She says, oh, they're mine. He says, you have a prescription for these? She said, no. She said, they're my sister's. We're staying at a high floor hotel, and I take them to help me sleep. And he says, but these aren't your prescription pills. She says, I borrowed them from my sister. I don't know why she said that. She did. These are two nice people. And anyway, she gets arrested. She was put in handcuffs. She was searched. The rest of the car was searched on the side of the road with a fine-tooth comb. Jane was taken to the local police headquarters. They had to retain an attorney. And you know the rest of the story. I mean, this woman works for the FAA, and, this could not sit well. It could have a big ripple effect, if you will. The bottom line here is don't ever consent to allow the police to search you, your vehicle, or your home. Do not give consent. This is the thing that probably could have made this whole situation go away. You have two clean people, obviously traveling along. I don't care how zealous the police officer was. He's not going to waste his time going any further if somebody politely says, officer, everything's all intact. Am I free to go or am I being detained? I'd like to be on my way. "Oh, do you mind if I look around your car?" "Sir, I really don't consent to searches. I'd just like to be on my way." Or am I being detained? Unless the cop is a total moron, he's probably going to say, "All right, this is what I have." You know, if a police officer wants to search your vehicle and has probable cause to search your vehicle, he's not going to ask you. You're not going to be asked, "Hey, can I look around your car? You don't mind if I look around you don't mind if I take a look?" He's not going to say that. If he has probable cause, he's going to tell you to get out of the car and he's going to search the car. And he's going to state what his probable cause was, whatever that may be. Do not consent. Not only did John consent to a search of the vehicle, and Jane admitted to having the controlled dangerous substance that she was charged with possession of. It was classified as a level 4 CDS in the state of Virginia, statute 1822-5 something. Long story short, she's working hard now to get this expunged. It's a misdemeanor crime, but it's a high misdemeanor crime in Virginia. And she's working to get this expunged. It's already cost them, with legal fees and the fines that they pay, upwards of $3,000. You don't need this, people. You don't need this. None of us ever know exactly what is in our car. I don't go through my car with a fine-tooth comb every morning, and I seldom have passengers in my car, but occasionally I do. Occasionally I leave my car unlocked on my driveway. I don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in there. Do not consent to a search. Now, the funny thing is, and the scary thing to me, is when I kick this around with some of the people I know and my friends and my family, a lot of people said to me, "Well, you have to let the police search your vehicle." Why? Because if you don't, they'll arrest you for not allowing them to search. Folks, don't think like this. We have something called Constitution, and in that Constitution is the Fourth Amendment, which prohibits unwarrantless or unmerited searches. Now, we know that there's some police out there who try anything, and they'll get the dog and they'll say, "Oh, the dog this," and you know what? That a dog, even if this officer in this situation got a drug sniffing dog, that dog was not going to find 5 Valium tablets in an orange flavored baby aspirin bottle in a cosmetic bag surrounded by perfumes and cold creams and hairspray and whatnot in a suitcase. Dog wasn't going to in the trunk of a car. Dog wasn't going to trigger on that. Now, they make the dog trigger sometimes. We all know that story. I train dogs, and I know that 99% of those dogs are just supposed to sit and stare at what they want. When the officer animates them and makes them do certain things, they're not triggering. The officer's saying they're triggering. But all of this is defensible as long as you do not consent to the search. So once again, I don't consent to searches. Flex your rights, folks. Really. I know this is an issue that people banter back and forth on, and I welcome anybody's input on this. But this is a clear example of why you should flex your rights. So thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you next time on Chickster's channel. And remember, think for yourself, because nobody else is going to think for you in your best interest. Bye.